Hello dear students, greetings of the day. I, Mohammad Zishan, welcome you to the online classes of geography. Dear students, today we are going to have the fourth lecture of chapter number 5, landforms of the earth. We have already studied fold mountains. Now we will study about the block or fault mountains. Dear students, we have studied about the faulting process. I have told you about folding and faulting. So when two tectonic plates, suppose this is a tectonic plate T1 and this is a tectonic plate T2, right? T1 and T2. If they move away from each other in this manner, right, then what will happen? A fault may be generated in between them, right? A fault may be generated in between them. We can make it horizontally also like this. Suppose this is entire surface, right? And now here we are having this much T1 and this is T2. If it is moving this side and it is moving this side, then what will happen? The middle portion of this will be cracked down, cracks will be generated. When the cracks will be generated, like here, which is given in your book, let me show you. You can see that this one tectonic plate and this one tectonic plate, they are moving away from each other, and the cracks are getting generated, these cracks, right? So when these type of cracks are generated, then what will happen? The the magma which is inside the asthenosphere, right, that exert pressure upside. Okay, so the earth pressure which is inside the earth, that tremendous pressure, what it will do, it will try to raise it, either this one or this one. Okay, if it raises this one block and this one block upside like this, then this type of structure will be formed, right? Here this one raise a structure and this one raise a structure, and this one is the synced structure. Okay, so how it is happening? It is happening because of the generation of the faults in the earth crust, right? And how the faults or cracks are generated? By the faulting process. Okay, so here the faulting is taking place. How faulting takes place? When the two tectonic plates diverge from each other because of the divergent motion of tectonic plates. Clear? So these cracks are generated. Now the crust is broken. Okay, so the broken pieces of the earth crust, what it will happen to this? The pressure from inside the earth, that pressure will try to uplift, okay, the portion which is less weighty, okay, and the portion which is having tremendous weights of the upper lying strata of rock, right, or layers of rock, that may sink down. Okay, that may sink down. So the sinked portion, this sinked portion is called rift valley, and the raised portion, this one portion, is called horst or block mountain. Horst, it is called when the surface is flat. Okay, when the surface is not flat, okay, it is having curved surface upside, right, bent surface, then it is not called horst. Okay, horst, when a block mountain is having flat top, okay, then it is called horst. And the rift valley is also called graben. So this, if faults are generated here like this and here like this, okay, because of the movement of tectonic plates. Okay, if the faults are generated, then what will happen? Why these faults are getting generated? Because this tectonic plate is moving this way and it is moving this way, right? So here faults are generated. Now the earth material inside, okay, inside the mantle, right, this earth is having tremendous pressure. This is core and this is mantle, and it exerts pressure over the crust, right? here on it. So it is exerting pressure upside. Clear? So what will happen? Either this block may be raised. Okay, if this block is getting raised, it will become like this. It will become like this. Okay, so it will called now block mountain. It is uplifted by the pressure from inside the earth, and it is called block mountain. Clear? And suppose if it is not getting uplifted, this one region, if it is sinking down because of the high, because of the overlying rocks, okay, there is a tremendous pressure from this earth crust downside, okay, and because of that it has subsided. Okay, subsidence has taken place. Subsidence or sinking has taken place here. Okay, so now what will happen? Now this region will become like this. Okay, and this region will become raised one. Okay, so this one will be called here Horst or the block mountain, and this one region will be called a rift valley or graben. I hope you would have understood that. Clear? So block mountains, the forces of faulting, also known as epirogenic forces, led to the formation of block mountains. See here, you must be confused by the faulting. I have already told you that faulting may takes place during convergence also. Okay, in divergence of tectonic plates, when divergent motion is there, faulting takes place. But during convergent motion also faulting can take place. Okay, and I have told you that the formation of the fold mountains is called orogeny, right? And the formation of the block mountains and the continents is called epirogeny. Why epirogeny? Because here the entire land mass is getting uplifted. Okay, this entire land mass is getting uplifted. Okay, and how it is uplifted? It is getting uplifted by a force which is applied vertically upside. Okay, vertically upside, and this force was endogenic force. It was from inside the earth. Okay, the pressure was being exerted from inside the earth, and that is why the entire land mass was uplifted. Okay, suppose it has come now on this manner. Okay, here like this. Clear? Initial position and the final position. So this is called what? This is called epirogeny. Okay, right? And uh, in epirogeny, the vertical force is applied. Okay, whereas orogeny, the horizontal force is applied. The force is applied horizontally. Right? That is the difference. So don't get confused in that. Okay. Now here first faulting is taking place and then epirogeny is taking place, and it is leading to the formation of continent or block mountains. Then due to tensional force, cracks or faults may occur on the earth's crust. If two parallel faults occur, the land in between subsides to form a rift valley. Okay, if two parallel faults occur, then the land in between may subside. May subside means sink down. Okay, may sink down, and the land at the sides may be uplifted. Okay, so that uplifted land which is having a flat top, right, is called a block mountain. It may be having a flat top also. If it is having flat top, then we call it what? A horst. Okay, and if it is not having a flat top, it may having a curvaceous, or you can say band top also. And the valley which is in between, okay, these two blocks, that valley, these two blocks are there, okay, and in between one valley is there. Okay, valley, one block, another block. So this valley is called rift valley, or we call it graben also. Clear? That is clear. It forms a host of block mountains. Block mountains which have flattened summits are also called host mountains. Those which have tilted summits have one side steep and other very gentle. If this is steep slope, this is gentle slope. From here you can see. Okay, right? And if the block is in this manner, then it is called horst. Clear? That is the difference. Now, block mountains are often separated by intervening basins called grabens. Okay, so one block mountain may be there and another block mountain may be there, right? This is block mountain, and in between valley may be there. Okay, and this valley is called what? Rift Valley or graben or graben. Clear? If there are two parallel faults, the valley floor may sink and a rift valley may be formed, the most extensive system being the African Rift Valley. Now, African Rift Valley starts from Mozambique. Okay, Mozambique is a country on the eastern coast of Africa. Okay, Mozambique is a country which is on the eastern coast of Africa, right? So here we are having Mozambique. Here we are having Somalia, then we are having Kenya, Ethiopia, and Mozambique. Okay. So from here till here, Lebanon. Okay. In Asia, this region is Asia, and this is Africa. Clear? So from here, from Mozambique, sorry for writing, Mozambique to Asia, we are having a rift valley. Okay, means block mountains are there like this and like this. In between, rift valley is there. Okay, that rift valley is called Great Rift Valley of Africa. Great Rift Valley of Africa. Clear? So that Rift Valley is located. I have told you about Great Rift Valley. Now, example of block mountains are the Vosges mountain in France. Okay, and the Black Forest. Where are Black Forest found? Black Forests are found in Germany. It is not written in your book. You can write there. Okay, Black Forests are found in Germany. These are the examples of block mountains. And then Salt Range of Pakistan and Sierra Nevada mountains of California. In Sierra Nevada, right, California and USA, right? These are the examples of block mountains. So I have told you about block mountains. Now let me tell you about the residual mountains. Residual mountains. Now residual mountains are also called relict mountain. Relict mountain. As its name is telling us that these are the leftover parts of mountains. Any mountain, okay? If suppose this was a mountain earlier, clear? Now this mountain will undergo weathering, right? This mountain will undergo weathering also, clear? सूरज लाल होता है, लाल से बनाते हैं, right? So what will happen? Because of weathering, denudation will take place, and this mountain will be eroded. The height of the mountain will be decreased to this level after a period of time, right? This entire region will be carried away either by flowing rivers. These flowing rivers will carry away the material, right? Or wind can erode it, or glaciers can erode this, and the height of this mountain will be reduced to this part. Suppose if here these many layers of rocks were of sedimentary rocks, okay, suppose these were of sedimentary rocks, and in between here one layer of igneous rock, or you can say some very hard rocks are there, okay, layer of hard rock is there, then what will happen? That hard rock will not be able to get eroded very easily. Okay, right? And this portion will be eroded gradually with the passage of time, right? And the height of the mountain will be reduced to this much only. Clear? So this leftover part of the mountain is called residual mountain. Okay, this is called residual mountain. So mountains which are subject to weathering and erosion for a long time are lower down and called residual or relict mountain. Denudation and erosion by natural agents such as winds, water, snow, etc. can cause the mountains to be lowered, but some resistant areas may remain and form residual mountains. So this was a resistant area, okay, because of the tough or hard rocks. They may also be formed on plateaus that are dissected by rivers, for example, the hills and valleys in the Deccan Plateau. Okay, if one plateau is there, right, and on that plateau, a number of rivers are flowing, okay, like this. One river is flowing here, another river is flowing here, another river is flowing here. Okay, so what will happen? It may be dissected, the plateau may be eroded. Okay, right, the height of this plateau will be reduced to this much only, like this. Earlier it was that much, but now it has been eroded and lower down, and these leftovers there are left there. Okay, so these remnants are called the residual mountains. How it is getting formed? One plateau was there, and that plateau was getting dissected by rivers. Okay, then after that, the example of it, Deccan Plateau. Deccan Plateau is an example of this residual mountains, and they are also called mountains of denudation. Most residual mountains are characterized by low elevations. However, both gentle and precipitous relief can exist. Okay, so here gentle as well as steep slopes can be found there. Okay, it is based on the if this side downcutting was, if this side erosion's rate was higher than this side, then this side will be lower down. Okay, so whichever side erosion is higher, that one side, if it is getting eroded from here like this, then what will happen? This one side will lower down in this manner. Okay, and here this one slope will become steep slope, and this one slope will remain gentle slope. Clear? So examples of residual mountains are Nilgiri, Parasnath and Rajmahal Hills in India and Catskills Range in USA. Okay, so Nilgiri Hills are in southern part of Karnataka, eastern part of Kerala and western part of Tamil Nadu. Majorly Nilgiri Hills are found in Tamil Nadu. Okay, right. These are the hills where western plateau, western ghats as well as eastern ghats. Okay, these both ghats meet with each other. Okay, that mountain range is called Nilgiri Hills. Clear? And Rajmahal Hills as well as Parasnath Hills are found in Jharkhand. Okay, you have to remember these things. So let me check the duration of video. Okay, right. So I have what I have told you. I have told you about the residual hills, about the block mountains, about the fold mountains. Okay, so is the fourth category also. Sometimes we study that is volcanic mountains. The volcanic mountains are formed by the eruptions of volcano and the deposition of lava. Okay, it leads to the formation of volcanic mountains or plateaus sometime. Getting or not? So what we have studied in this lecture, we have studied about the formation of mountains, we have studied about fold mountains, how they are formed, types of fold mountains, new fold, young fold mountains and old fold mountains. We have studied about the block or fault mountains. In this we have studied about the block or the horst and the rift or the graben, and we have studied about the residual mountains, the leftover or the relicts mountain. Example, the uh, we have studied Parasnath, okay, and Rajmahal Hills and Nilgiri Hills, Block Mountains, Boss Mountain, and Black Forest, which is found in France and Germany, respectively. So I hope you would have understood the formation of mountains very well. Thank you so much.